Hey guys, MBZ, and I have a match for you against none other than my good friend and veteran of the ONM poker forum, Konradsean. Konrad used to be an awesome battler, but lately he hasn't really been playing up to his standards, and he hasn't played pokes for quite a while. So this was just a fun match we decided to have because he felt like a battle. Yeah, so here we go. So I'm using the same team as I used beforehand. And it's looking really, really nice. It's pretty damn good. So I lead off with Sophos, my knockdown, and he leads off with a PZ. So I'm sort of predicting he's going to be scarfed just from the off, because, you know, most PZs are scarfed. He goes for a tri-attack, he gets the freeze, I thaw out, I hypnosis, and it hits. So that was just a really, really ridiculous turn. I have no idea what went on there, but, you know, it was pretty awesome. So anyway, I stay in and roost, and he stays in and still asleep. So now he switches out to Breloom, and I go out to my Jirachi. Now, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to outspeed Breloom, and I know that if I get a sub up, he's not going to hit me with Spore, so that's really good. So he switches out, knowing that I'll probably be faster, and I set up a sub, which is pretty nice for me. So he brings out Militic, and I start calm winding up, and this is really where it begins to become game, because he doesn't really have a whole lot that he can do against me. I get a second calm mind up, and now I can know that I can outspeed him, and I go for a psychic. And the psychic, you know, is special. It's physical wall Gliscor, and it takes out Gliscor with a one-hit KO. So, you know, Rachi's looking pretty much set. He's got a sub up and looking to sweep. So he brings out Militic, and I just go for a calm mind, and he goes for a surf, and it takes out the sub. And now I've got 3 calm minds, and I think if I get another sub up, I can just keep calm minding my way up, and that'll be really good. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you watch this. He goes for a hypnosis, but of course I subbed, so it won't affect me. And yeah, so this is pretty much it. Quite boring. Yeah, it was boring for both of us, to be honest. So we actually decided to have a second match after this, after I finished the sweep, which turned out to be a lot better. So I am going to eat my samosa. Oh, that's good. Yeah, while you watch the sweep, which is good. So I keep subbing up. Serve. This is good. Yeah. So go for the T-bolt, and that takes out Militic. Solid Snake, that's a sweet name. That's pretty cool. Konrad has pretty good names. I'll give him that. But yeah, Konrad's a legend, guys, so, you know, whatever. Here we go. Down goes PZ. I'm going to eat samosa a bit more. Oh, crap. It fell. Right. Up. Right. Psychic. Boom, go down. Oh. And, yeah. He brings out Doug Trio, which he could have actually brought out earlier. And he could have maybe threatened me earlier before I calm-minded and stuff, but never mind. I probably would have just killed it with Psychic anyway, so not too much of a big deal for me. And down it goes. And he just has Starmie left, and he goes for an Ice Beam to get the freeze hacks, but he doesn't get it. And, yeah, finish him with a T-bolt. So, that was a pretty dull game, but proved the awesomeness of Calm Mind Rachi. So, here we go. We decided to have a second match, and, you know, this one turned out to be a lot better. So, here we go. So, I lead off with Ding Dong, and I've actually coined this new team to be a Trick Room Rain Dance team, and it's pretty sweet. It works really nicely. So he leads off with thingy-majigs, Smeargle, and I'm sort of fearing it's going to be a Konradsean special with Spore, Endeavour, Ice Shard, all the rest of that crap. So I was getting pretty scared there. So I go out to Skulls, Marowak, to take the sleep, which is good. And then I decide to go back to Bronzong so that I can set up my Rain, Hypnosis, whatever, and I can just get everything going. So he goes to Gliscor, and I'm going to go for the Hypnosis here. He sets up SR, And Hypnosis hits, which is pretty... that's weird. How does Hypnosis hit first turn? There must be some sort of conspiracy. Gonna have to check that out, why Hypnosis hit that first turn. So anyway, he switched out to Infernape, and I go for a Rain Dance. And maybe he's thinking now that I'm a heat-proof Bronzong with Rain Dance to stop fire doing anything to me. So I think he goes for the close combat because he thinks I'm heat-proof. But I'm actually Levitate, so, whatever. Now I set up Trick Room, which is pretty nice, and live the close combat pretty well. So Bronzong's pretty much useless to me now. I've got my Trick Room, Rain Dance, everything set up, and I have a Damp Rock so that Rain's going to last for 8 turns. So I just go for an Explosion. Thankfully he switched out to Snorlax, which would have been an absolute pain for me. But that was so good that I managed to get rid of it, and I just explode on it and it dies. So I go out to Clamperl, and this thing, it looks like a fortress when you send it out, but this thing's an absolute freaking beast, okay? I put up Rain, and I use a Surf on the incoming Starmie, and look at that, it nearly one-hit KOs Starmie. So yeah. Trick Room makes Clamperl the fastest thing on the pitch. Surf is stabbed with Deep Sea Tooth, giving it over 500 special attack, and it has Rain to back that up, so basically this thing's going to be sweeping, so that's pretty cool. He brings out Gliscor, and obviously Ice Beam's going to nail it, and that takes down the sleeping Gliscor. I get a crit, completely useless, and Ring keeps going. Now the Trick Room stopped there, and I didn't actually notice that, so I was thinking I was still fast and I would KO Infernape, so I just stayed in, and he Grass Knotted me, and that takes me out. So that's the end of my Clamperl sweep. Oh well, it proved to show that it was actually amazing. So I go out to Kingdra now because the rain's still going thanks to my Damp Rock, and I know that I'm faster thanks to Swift Swim, so I can just go for the Surf and I can KO this Infernape. So that's pretty good for me, and yeah. He's thinking about what to do. I go for the Surf, and that takes out Fire Monkey, so Infernape goes down. So, things looking alright, but the range stops there, so I'm now not faster than everything. And he brings out a Heracross, which I presume is going to be Scarfed, and I know that I can live a close combat, I know that for a fact. So I go for a Rain Dance here, because it's going to make me outspeed him next turn, and it's going to give Surf more power, plus the fact that his special defense fell from close combat, so it's pretty much an ensured KO from Kingdra. So I go for the Surf, and Life Orb finishes me off as well as him. So it's pretty much game now. He only has Smeargle left. I'm sort of fearing the Sash. I go to a Azumarill, and I'm going to Aqua Jet for the final KO and to win the match. So, yeah, that was 2 pretty good games, Konrad. The first was a bit dull, and the second was a bit more interesting. So, you still got it, but, some practices probably would be really good. So, Clamperl is a beast, comment rate sub. And yeah, Konradsean's awesome. So, yeah, comment rate sub, that's it. Cheers, guys.